is a game played by roughly 605 million adults worldwide. It's a game I've never actually played, so today I'm going to find out just how hard it is to play. An early version of chess is believed to have originated in India during the 6th century. However, the modern version of chess as we know it began to take shape in Europe around the 15th century. Chess is often regarded as a blend of strategy and creativity, encouraging players to make bold moves and dramatic plays. But what is it about this game that has allowed it to survive for over 1,500 years? The game features different skill levels, starting from beginners in Class D and progressing to the highest rank of grandmaster. This prestigious title is second to only a world champion. During a quick search about chess, one name consistently stood out: Magnus Carlsen. His achievements are staggering. He is a 5 times world chess champion, a reigning 5 times world rapid chess champion, a 7 times blitz chess champion, and currently chess World Cup champion. With such extraordinary accomplishments, it begs the question, is Magnus Carlsen simply a once-in-a-lifetime talent, or is the game itself becoming too easy for players of his calibre? Before I started playing, I headed to Smith's toy store to go and get a physical copy of the game. And at just £17, it's certainly a very inexpensive game to play. Now, I've just quickly looked through those rules, and to be honest with you, that is like gobbledygook. I don't have a clue what the hell is going on, so I'm going to go and seek some help from somebody who's played the game a little bit before. If I was trying to do that on my own, we would be here until next year, because that is just like, it's just completely blown my mind. As I've mentioned before, I genuinely have no clue about even the basic moves of chess. Watching two champions like Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura face off feels like hearing a foreign language for the very first time. That said, I'm eager to give this game a shot and see just how challenging it is to play.
So first thing, it works out with a board like this, but you do have the black square in the bottom left corner.
Right.
Because obviously if you just had a flat board,
right,
you could get it wrong. And the pawns go on the second row, so all 8 pawns.
Mike starts by showing me the basics of setting up a chessboard and gradually walks me through the moves each piece can make.
The pawns, probably the most complicated to describe what they do.
Right.
Basically,
excellent.
They move 1 square forward, but take diagonally.
So you can move that one forward and diagonal.
You just move it 1 square at a time.
Yeah.
So if you had a black pawn there and it was my go and I wanted to take that, I would just take that off the board with that move.
Okay.
But, so that applies to any one of those on your first go. White goes first always, but you can go 2 squares on the first go with any of your pawns.
Right. Okay, so, and that's the only time you can...
The only time you can move 2 squares with a pawn is on when they've not moved.
Okay.
All of them, any one of them, can go that way. So if I was to start with that opening and you were to counter with that, obviously they can't take each other, so they can't block in each other then.
So on your next go, you couldn't...
No, you don't go over on top of, only if you had a pawn there. I could move, I could take that.
So the pawns can only take on the diagonal?
Only on the diagonal.
Right.
Not straight, so that is effectively blocking that. Okay, so that's the pawns. The only other pieces that can move on the first go are your knights, because they're the only pieces that jump over. So I can either go 2 forward and 1 across that way.
Yeah, that's always in an L, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 forward and 1 across that way.
Yeah.
That's on the opening go. But if in general play, I can go 1 forward and 2 across.
Right, okay, yeah,
or 1 back, 2 across. So they can go backwards. Pawns can only go forwards, they can't move back.
Okay.
So once they've moved,
so
if they're blocked.
So let me get this right already.
Yeah.
So that's on the first go, you can move 2 goes.
Yep.
Other than that, you can take on the diagonal,
Yeah.
but then can't take straight. But you can move it straight. They don't move backwards.
In the way. Yeah, and they can never move backwards.
And then they're the only other ones at the start which you can move over something.
Yeah, they're the only thing that jumps over any pieces.
Right.
The others can't jump over any pieces.
Okay.
Okay. So your king can only move one square in any forward, back, sideways, diagonally.
Okay.
Any direction that's free, the king can move, but only one square.
Right.
The queen can move vertical or across or diagonal, any number of squares.
Any number?
That are free. Obviously, you can't jump anything. So, for instance, you had a pawn there and a pawn there, and my queen was here. I wouldn't take that because you would be able to take back.
Right.
That effectively could move as far as that, but then it would be taken by your piece. So diagonally or forwards, across, any direction, forward or backwards. But that's the most valuable piece because it does the most.
The queen is?
Yeah, so you don't want to lose that.
Right.
Your bishop, which is the next piece to the queen, one stays on the white squares all the time, one stays on the black squares, move diagonally.
Okay.
So bishops just move diagonally, rooks move forward or across.
Can they move backwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every piece can move backwards except the pawns.
Okay.
Right, so that's the basics.
And they can move any space, any amount?
Yeah, as long as it's not blocked by another piece.
Or can you take
another piece?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything can take.
Right.
There are a couple of slightly more complicated rules regarding the rooks. It's called castling. So, for instance, if you were in the middle of the game and you had this space between, the king can move across and the rook comes this side. That's called castling.
Right.
Gets your king out of danger. You know, if you had the pawns there, for instance, you're being attacked down the middle, it gets you out of danger that way. Or you can do the same thing the other side. This is only if these pieces are moved out of the way and you've never moved your king.
Okay.
Once you've moved your king,
you can't do that anymore.
You can't castle. So when it's on this side, this is called long castling. You move the king 2 again, and that piece comes across that way. Again, it's a way of getting you to safety if you're in a bit of trouble.
Okay.
So that's a slightly complicated.
Yeah, I was going to say already.
thing. The other thing about that as well is if, for instance, your black bishop was there and there was no pieces there, because that's on a line with my king, I can't castle. If it's a part that's across where my king has to go, it prevents you from castling. Okay.
Okay.
So that's a slightly.
And what's this terminology of check and checkmate?
Yeah. Right. Well,
So is that what you kind of want to get to win?
Check is when you threaten your opponent's king. So, for instance, if my queen was there, because it can go that way, there's nothing in between, that is check. You can block that either by putting your knight there, or your bishop there, or your queen there, in this position.
Okay.
So as long as you've got a piece you can put in between.
So it's always the king
just
you need to try and attack.
The end of the game is checkmate. That's when the king can't move without, can't get out of check. He has no legal moves where he can get out of check. Everywhere he goes, he will put himself still in check.
Okay.
So that's the end of the game. You don't take him, you don't jump over him, you just put him in checkmate. You can't move, end of the game.
Right.
Now, one other thing with the pawns, there's a rule called en passant. Now, what that means is, if somebody had a pawn there, and I wanted to move this pawn, but I didn't want to be taken, if I did that, I'm bypassing that pawn, because I've gone 2 on the first go. Now, if it's advantageous for the black player to take that piece, you can take it en passant, because it's kind of an illegal not illegal totally, but it's something that he's done to deliberately avoid being taken.
Okay.
So that is a move that you can bring in if you need to.
Let me just rewind it. So is it just the first go you can move that twice?
Yes.
So I can't do that on my next go?
Yeah, you can. Any number of pawns.
So it's just whenever it's the first go?
Yeah.
Okay.
But for instance, if you did that on the first go and your opponent did that, you might decide to do that, which protects that piece from being... It doesn't stop it being taken, but it means you'd be able to take back.
Okay.
So
would that be a really bad move to make because the king
that's the most common opening move in chess, because you've got pieces to protect if it got attacked. And the most common move in chess, opening move, is that.
Right.
That is the most common.
It's blowing my mind a little bit, that one.
You don't have to, but it isn't in danger because there's so many pieces that can block anything.
Right.
Yeah. The weakest pawn is that one, because, for instance, if I was to start with that and then move my bishop there, it's aiming directly at that pawn, and the only thing protecting it is the king.
Right.
So that is statistically the weakest piece on the board.
Right, so try and keep that one.
So try not to, get in a position. So, for instance, there's a chess opening that's called Scholar's Mate, and what it amounts to is I do that, you do that, the bishop comes to there, you make some other random move, say, for instance, you move your knight to there, I go there, you don't notice it, push your pawn forward to protect that, and then I go there with my queen, protected by the bishop, and it's next to your king. It's put you checkmate, because the king can't move there because the queen still attacks it, can't move there because the queen still attacks it. So that is the quickest way to win in chess.
Can I not take you with that?
No, because that's diagonal, that's your black bishop.
Okay.
You can only go on the diagonal squares.
Right.
So if that was there, then I couldn't do that, because if I put you in check there, you would take it back with that. And then if I decided to do that, which would be a bit foolish, you could then take me with your king.
Okay.
But so that's the quickest way to win. But that is still the most common opening in chess.
After my introduction session with Mike, the wisest move I should have then taken would have been to research opening moves and strategies for actually winning a game. But let's be honest, I was way too excited to play my very first game to think about that. Right, here we go. So, I've been told that the best thing to do is to sign up for live chess. And again, I am a real beginner at this, so I'm not too sure what to play on. Should we go for 5+0? I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing. So, is it me first? Right, let's go. Is it me? What's going on?
10 hours later.
Game aborted. New opponent. Right. Okay, here we go. I don't know if that's good, but we've done it anyway. I remember pawns are 2 at the start, so let's put him there. Take him back. Boom. if there's any of you guys watching this video now, and I'm hoping that there will be a few people who are watching right now who want to give me some advice, that would be greatly appreciated, because it's a game I've never played before, as you guys have seen, but I'm quite interested in learning how to sort of get good at it. Right. I can see the time ticking. Oh dear, what have I done? Oh no. Is that check? Is he just... I just honestly have no clue at this moment what I'm actually doing. Every way, the one thing I'm noticing with chess so far is that every single move has a consequence, and I should know this. It just seems near on impossible to play. Like I'm assuming now I'm going to get taken somehow. Look. Assuming that's game. Good win for him, I suppose. Right, come on. I'm going to really think about this game now. Already, my take on this game is that chess is hard. Very, very hard. Like, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing yet. But we'll learn. Can they go sideways? We'll soon see. Yeah, they can. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, no. What have I done? Oh, my God. This is incredibly hard. Oh, I'm already in check. Oh my Lord. Oh my days, what is going on? Bet this guy is currently thinking, what the hell am I facing here? It's like a foreign language, this is to me. See, look. Is that game over again? Oh my days. You guys who know chess might be kind of watching this and going, what is he doing? Because you've played this for years, but genuinely, it is one of the most weird games I think I've ever played, because like I say, every single time you move, you could be snookered sort of thing. But problem is, I'm only thinking about what I'm doing, and I'm not thinking about if I put that one there, has that got a consequence currently? So maybe I need to think a little bit more. I mean, maybe you need to engage my brain a little bit more here. I think we've discovered on the channel so far already, after seeing this, that maybe I'm good at doing things, but maybe not great at engaging the old brain cells. I didn't win again. God, this is so hard. Fair play to anybody who's good at this game, because it is so difficult. Right, I think that's a good move. Come on. Let's think about what we're going to do here. Check already. What? He's probably laughing his head off, yon man. He's laughing his head off. He's thinking, what am I playing here? See, that he's just setting me up here now. I know what he's doing. Can I stop it? That's the problem. Horse is now going to get me. Right, stupid move. It was a really stupid move. Why did I do that? Now he can take my horse, and then he's probably check. Got a lot of appreciation after playing the game today against somebody for how good that Magnus Carlsen chap is. Fair play to the man, because it is difficult. Oh, just like that. Guys, right, this isn't the end of this journey right now. It's, like I say, it's just the beginning, but that is got to be one of the hardest sessions of my whole entire life. I genuinely, right, I'm trying my hardest, but the problem I'm having as a beginner, which you guys who probably play this game probably don't really appreciate, is that I'm looking at something, I'm going, yeah, that's fine, and then there's like multiple things attacking me at the same time, and I'm like, I just don't understand how have you taken me there? I don't know. But this isn't me conceding and saying that I can't do it. I'm going to keep cracking away, practicing, and hopefully get better, because at the minute I am unbelievably bad at this game. That is probably the worst I've ever performed at anything in my whole entire life. That is bad. Really, really, really is poor. I think the time element as well, is I'm looking at this clock and I'm trying to make moves really quick. Maybe I should have gone on one a bit slower. I don't know. If you guys want to let me know or whatever, just try and give me a few tips. Don't slag me off, please. I'm trying. But my initial thought process for them first few games I've just played there is that this game is impossible at this present moment in time. And I respect everybody who is good at it, because that is hard. Very, 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 very hard. And I don't know if I'm going to be any good at this at all. And it's annoying me. Really is annoying me. So, session 1 done. suppose it's back to the drawing board, read a few books, potentially watch a few YouTube videos on how to actually strategize in this game, and then we're going to come back into this live chess website and try and win, because currently it's not going very well.